this thing on? I can't hear myself. I don't think it's working.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now. Okay, nobody, you're somebody now. You're the second most chachi-looking person I've ever seen. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Flavored eye drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored eye drops.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, let's begin.
One.
Let's start with Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? This answer is worth Ocean 0. Here's where the money is. Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it's all.
Say hello to If I Only Had a Brain Trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the two candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Try this on for size. Getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the square button. If it's a sex position, press the circle button. Alright, let's get started. The Half Windsor, the Valedictorian, the Prince Albert, the Trinity, the Caboose, the Chairman, the Four in Hand. It appears your score likes to be on bottom. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror. Take a good look at Shop Till Everyone Drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular grim fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret. One right answer coming up. In the grim fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. I think your vision's blurred. But clear your eyes tastefully with these flavored eye drops. All those in flavor, say aye. Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a tidy $4,000. There you go.
Five fingers.
Here's one for you. Okia dokia. If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia, Kia to Nokia, Nokia to IKEA, or IKEA, Nokia, and Kia? Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! That about does it for round one. And you've got a decent score there. Don't screw it up. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round two. Okay, let's do this. Up next, muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? Before Brick, Brian, and Champ? After Brick and Brian, but before Champ? Before Brian and Champ, but after Brick? Or after Brick, Brian, and Champ? In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last. And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that by the time it actually took place, you wouldn't be that interested in seeing it anymore.
Question 7. Yeah, better shake your monkey bang.
May I introduce... Guess who's Dak? Dak again. You know, I'm not an optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith? Protestants, Episcopalians, Trustitarians, or Nornuns?
Could be worse, you know, in theory. Want to see the right answer? The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that treats about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
Follow me down to the sea.
This one's called Orcas 11. Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? 3 rescue missions, 4 rescue missions, 5 rescue missions, or 6 rescue missions? There are 3 SeaWorlds, one in San Diego, one in San Antonio, and one in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash. Open wide for Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. His name is Peanut. I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, man.
Why not try the midnight run to the bathroom? According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? I have to do a number 1 in a 1. I have to do a number 1 in a 2. I have to do a number 1 in a 3. Or, I have to do a number 2 in a 1. Hate to disappoint you, but wait, no I don't. I so wanted you to pick this one. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And as we all know, a number 1 is a P. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see... Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? Oh, I'm still doing it. Sorry, here you go. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck. That's the game! It's important what you add together. For example, I crossed a Wolverine with a baboon and wound up with what I'm calling a Wolveroon. Don't worry, I brought a strong lock to the cage. I have it right here in my hand. He's licking my feet. Stop it!
You don't know Jack!
And now, relax into Downward Dog.
Ooh,
What's wrong, Susan? Is this yoga class too hard?
no. I had a burrito for lunch and I'm feeling gassy.
Honey, this is Sweet Relief Yoga Studio. We don't hold anything back.
Now, swing your foot into Warrior 2.
Whoa, did she just?
Uh-huh.
And that's okay?
Does that answer your question?
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in like 15 years.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and whenever I see an attractive woman, I make this sound. Nameless? So sad. I'll help. But not simple chronic halitosis, complicated chronic halitosis. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Slightly used balloons. The more these balloons deflate, the more your wallet inflates.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. Okay, what are we waiting for?
Get ready, time for question 1.
To begin with, Mexican-do attitude. What dish could Porky Pig order at a Mexican restaurant without committing cannibalism? Al pastor, chorizo, ceviche, or lomo adobada? This is a pork dish. Did you not understand the question? Did I stutter? Oh, that's right, I did. Now pay attention. Ceviche is fish. Great idea. Give spicy Mexican food to someone who doesn't wear pants.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Here we have Mart TV, and it's a this or that. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, tell me if it's a sales department on Walmart.com, an MTV show, or both. If it's a Walmart department, press the square button. If it's on MTV, press the circle button. And if you think it's both, press X. Okay, we're off. Bags. Cribs. Mugs. Skins. Juniors. Juvies. Tools. You're a tool. Walmart doesn't have a jackass department, though. Officially.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
How about, just want to check in. Hey, how do you feel? With the pharynx, with the thoracic cavity, with the pulmonary veins, or with the thalamus? Hello! Located just above the brainstem, the thalamus acts as the relay station sending information like pain to the brain. That's fine, don't ask me how I'm feeling. I asked you how you feel, but whatever. Sure, it's also with my thalamus, but it's just common decency to reciprocate. I call this one, For Whom the Dinner Bell Tolls. Ooh, it's almost time for my dinner. Better have this fortune cookie first, as prescribed by my doctor.
Cookie, fortune, serve. Cookie, fortune, cookie, master serve.
Not bad. Let's see what my fortune says. Laughter is the best medicine. If that's true, which character from the nursery rhyme Hey Diddle Diddle is the healthiest? The cat, the little dog, the cow, or the spoon? Oh, the humanity! Were you thinking of this one? In the Mother Goose nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the little dog is the one that laughs at all the crazy stuff going on. This was pre-YouTube, you understand, so if somebody told you a dog laughed, you just had to take them at their word.
5 fingers.
Coming up next, I've had intimate thoughts about Adam. Which of these people is bi-curious? Someone interested in sexually experimenting with barium? Someone looking to explore with bromine? Someone... The chemical symbol for bismuth is Bi. But as a society, we shouldn't put labels on things like this. Except chemicals. You should label chemicals so you don't blow yourself up. Unless that's what you're into. Look, I don't know, man. Round 1 is in the books, and you haven't even broken a sweat. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. And keep in mind, the wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting for you. Let's keep going. It's time for Spit Up or Shut Up. If Lady Gaga changed her name to the most common first word spoken by babies, what would she be called? Lady No, Lady Dada, Lady Cat, or Lady Mama? Get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. It was begging to be picked. According to a poll performed by YouGov, Dada or Daddy was by far the most popular first word spoken by babies, beating out Mama or Mommy by a considerable margin. Lady Dada is a good name, right? Please just say yes, because that's the name of the screenplay I wrote for Adam Sandler.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Next up, childhood murmuries. It looks like we have a sort of treat today. My good acquaintance, old man, somehow found his way into the studio again. How's it going, old man?
Terrible, Mr. Shapiro.
Yeah, it's Mr. Masterson, actually.
Since when?
Since birth.
I know we're on Earth. Anywho, I need your help remembering something.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that scooty-up-doodly-doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Scooty-up-doo, I forget.
So, what is it you're trying to remember, old man?
Well, it's something I used to do when I was just a lad.
Not sure the history books go back that far, but I'll see if I can help. Why don't you describe it to me?
Sure thing, Nate. It's a game. British kids like to play it, I think. You get 3 strikes per turn, and seeds are involved somehow. What is that game?
Would it be Conkers, Queenie Queenie, Marbles, or 5 Stones?
Marbles? I think you lost yours.
No, I'll get this. You thinking of Conkers, old man?
Hey, Conkers, yeah! It's an old British kids game I used to play. Each player has one of these seeds called a conker, and they take turns whacking at them. 3 whacks per turn. Why is that fun?
It's hard to imagine you as a little kid, old man.
Well, I look pretty much the same, minus the liver spots. Didn't start growing those till my early 20s.
And when did you start smelling like liver?
That depends. When was liver invented?
Follow me down to the sea.
Next, all rise for the Honorable Dinwoody Fudnuddler. If trees brought a class action lawsuit against the lumberjacks, which Dr. Seuss character would they most likely hire as their legal counsel? The Cat in the Hat, the Grinch, Pop, or the... Oh, honestly. The Lorax speaks for the trees, and in a lawsuit, the legal counsel speaks for its client, in this case, the trees. It makes sense the Lorax would be a lawyer. He always sues. You hopped on the wrong answer. But also just drifted into winning an assortment of half-deflated balloons from Slightly Used Balloons. Slightly Used Balloons. When the party's over, the savings begin. Today's wrong answer of the game brings you an extra $8,000. Surprise. And on its way, there's a question in my pants, and you're all invited.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
Okay, as usual, if you get this correct, there's a little extra in it for you. Speaking of extra, put these underwear styles in order from least butt cheek revealing to most butt cheek revealing. Thong, bikini, tanga. Bikini, tanga, thong, thong, bikini, tanga, or tanga, bikini, thong. Bikini-style underwear cover the butt cheeks more than Tonga-style, and Tonga-style cover more than thong, which leave your butt cheeks pretty much all out there. That earned you an extra $1,000. But really, any style that doesn't expose my vestigial tail works fine for me. Coming up, feeling fines. I love that actor from Schindler's List and The English Patient. You know, the one who plays Voldemort. But I'm never certain if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. What's the proper way to say that Mr. Fines has to throw up? Ralph has to Ralph, Reef has to Ralph, Rolf has to Ralph, or Rafe has to Ralph? Check, please. Next time, try this. Yep, Rafe Fiennes' first name is spelled like Ralph, but pronounced Rafe. And his brother Joseph Fiennes is pronounced Joseph, but it's spelled Lessfamous. It's a weird British thing. Welcome to the attack. When you see two clues that match, press the... Okay, if that's how you want it, here's the clue. I love you like a legal guardian. I hope you know who adopted or just took care of who. There it is! I actually adopted a child recently. Thank you. I'd have him introduce himself, but I sent him out to get coffee. It's taking him a long time. Even for a 2-year-old.
You don't know Jack!
Okay, we are on.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and anybody know how long you have to cook a chupacabra? Can't play without a name, federal regulations. I don't know, you just seem like a nobody. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Team Sasquatch, a new drama on the Angst Network. He's mysterious, he's elusive, and he drives the girls wild. Like him. Mondays at 8.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, let's move.
Get ready, time for question.
To get things rolling, not so smart Alec. What is Alec Baldwin most likely to scream at a dude with a camera who works as part of the paparazzi? F*** you, you f***ing paparazza! I'll f*** you in the table, paparazzo! Get f***ed with the paparazzi! Or, I'll break your f***ing camera with my paparazzas! Watch your You're probably going to have to issue some kind of apology. Let me show you something. The singular term for paparazzi is paparazzo. And as a rule, paparazzi are borderline vile, but you still shouldn't f*** them in the f***ing... That's just sinking to their level.
Oh, mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Take a stab at Drake a leg. Ah! Oh my god, for a second there I thought I saw my ventriloquist dummy Billy O'Brien again. I've been having visions of him just showing up at the most
inopportune times.
Ah!
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
It really is you.
It's always me, you dunny.
I was hoping you were just a mirage.
A mirage that we're not in a desert. Oh, speaking of which, where would you be if you saw me as a mirage in the Gobi Desert? Pakistan, Mongolia, Peru, or Mexico? Well, it's true that you're wrong.
The correct answer is, yes, the Gobi Desert is in China and Mongolia. Just don't sneak up on me anymore, Billy.
Okay, no trottling. Someday I'm gonna murder you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing, I didn't say anything.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Let's try shacking up. Where should a large shacko be worn on Shaq O'Neal? His extra large ears, his big feet, his large head, or his massive hands? Allow me. Shackos are a military-style hat with a large feather in the front, often worn by marching band leaders. It would be the most ridiculous thing he's worn since Kazam. Here's a good one. Russian ladies looking for young men. And stop the train, it's a dis or dat. I am going to list off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's something that happens to Anna Karenina in Tolstoy's classic novel Anna Karenina, or a Justin Timberlake song. If it's Anna Karenina, press the square button. If it's Justin Timberlake, press the circle button. Okay, let's move. Adultery. Childbirth. Murder. Amnesia. Suicide. Future sex. Nothing else. Apparently you don't know the classics, and you don't know much about Anna Karenina either. I keep meaning to reread Anna Karenina, but I've been waiting for a time when I really want to fall into a deep, deep depression.
5 fingers!
Here's one I like to call Woody or Wouldn't He? What would it mean if Woody Allen were an alleged pedorthist? He's been accused of touching shoes, he's been accused of touching grapes, he's been accused of touching bugs, or he's been accused of touching feces. A pedorthist is a doctor or healthcare professional who focuses on feet, especially shoes and inserts that can help with pain relief. And look, I'm not saying he's a shoe doctor, and I'm not saying he's not a shoe doctor, but the one thing we can all agree on is that The Curse of the Jade Scorpion was a terrible movie. That's the end of a thrilling first round, and it looks like you might be getting the hang of this. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. Let's see what's in store. Pucker up for Pup All Night. Considering their lifespans, which dog from the first Puppy Bowl would be the least likely to be alive to watch Puppy Bowl 11? That adorable poodle puppy, that adorable Great Dane puppy, that adorable Dachshund puppy, or that adorable pug puppy? As a general rule, the bigger the dog, the shorter the lifespan. So the Great Dane, with a life expectancy of about 7 years, is, probably not going to make it. Oh, we're going to get some angry posts on our Facebook page about this question, I can tell. But it's not my fault we live in a world where horrible things happen.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Here's one for you. Beautiful millionaires are just so relatable. Say the incredibly down-to-earth Jennifer Lawrence decides to go skydiving. If on her way down to Earth she reaches terminal velocity, what down-to-earth thing might you hear her say? Wowzer, I could not be going down to Earth any faster. Aw man, I'm going down to Earth slower every second. Lol, I broke the sound barrier on my way to... A falling object or adorable movie star that has reached its terminal velocity will not speed up anymore on its descent before hitting the ground. It's falling as fast as it can. But even if she fell to her death, I bet Jennifer Lawrence would leave the most adorable crater.
Follow me down to the sea.
Take a stab at Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Closely associated with Miranda and Ariel. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Miranda and Ariel are two of the larger moons of Uranus. And you can't have moons without Uranus. Hey, we were supposed to have a tuba there to accentuate the butt joke. Where's the tuba guy?
He was in a car accident on the way over, Cookie. He's dead.
Hey, trombone guy made it! This one's called Ay Caramba! I'm a cold-blooded killer! Say Bart Simpson decides to start going around attacking authority figures with his slingshot. If it turns out like the story of David and Goliath, what might happen? Principal Skinner will die after getting shot in the forehead, Chief Wiggum will die after getting shot in the gut, Mayor Quimby will die after getting shot in the heart, or Homer Simpson will run away after getting shot. Since when is Homer Simpson considered an authority figure? Here's what you meant to pick. David slays Goliath after slinging a stone into the middle of the giant's forehead. So that's how Principal Skinner might meet his untimely demise as well. But it really wouldn't be that much of a loss. Springfield is literally crawling with people who sound exactly like him. Here's one I like to call, I'm gonna need 2 oceans of calamine lotion stat. If the 80s hairband Poison were like poison ivy, what part of them would give people a rash? The fumes from their hairspray, the oil in their makeup, the silk on their rockin' clothes, or the ink in their tattoos? Coming in contact with the oil on a poison ivy plant is what causes the skin to break out in a rash. So if the band Poison were similar, it would probably be best not to touch their oily makeup. In fact, it's probably best not to touch any part of the band Poison. You have no idea where they've been for the past 25 years. Step right up to the Jack Attack. Oh, do you need to be somewhere? My mistake. Here's your clue. Climb time. What did these guys climb? Good luck. there you have it! This Jack Attack has inspired me to climb, so I did, on top of a human pyramid of interns.
My elbows are giving out.
First person to fold doesn't get college credits.
You don't know.